Hi Stampers, this is Sarah with Stinkincutecards.com, and I am going to be making the second of my June Hostess Club cards for my long distance club members. And if you are interested in joining Hostess Club and want some more information, please use the contact me button on www.stinkincutecards.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This is again another real simple card. I'm using two different stamp sets. We are going to be using The Wilderness Awaits, which is one of my favorite stamp sets, just because I have a lot of masculine cards that I have a tendency to stamp for family members, and they're all outdoors people. So this is a great stamp set for that kind of those kind of cards. We are also going to be using my May Paper Pumpkin stamp set, and I've forgotten the name of it right off the top of my head. I think it's Manly Messages, maybe. This is a great stamp set. Paper Pumpkin is a kit that comes in the mail once a month. I'm sure you're familiar with it. But this was the stamp set. I loved it because it was so versatile, and you could mix and match some of the different sayings, and works, mainly for masculine cards, but again, it works, both genders. So anyways, I'm also using the Moroccan paper. That was the paper that we featured this month, and so I'm just going to quickly go ahead and assemble this card for those of my club members that are long distance. All right, so we are going to be using a packet of paper. The dimensions I will be including here. Let's go ahead and get this started. I have went ahead and pre-embossed the daffodil, or the Delightful Dijon paper with the woodland folder, and I am going to go ahead and add my Moroccan paper to that. Don't forget the snail, an inch in each of the four corners, one in the center. That is more than enough adhesive. So we're going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to set that aside. My cardstock in half. Set that aside. We are going to go ahead and use the Early Espresso stamp pad today. And I have went ahead and added It's Your Day, Dad on my clear block. I'm just going to stamp it on here to make sure that it's still straight. That is one of the beauties of the grid paper, is that you can easily line up your images. So we're going to stamp It's Your Day, Dad right there on the top of the Delightful Dijon paper. And we are going to go ahead and add our little fox to the bottom. And it's pretty dark. We're going to go ahead and set that aside. Then on the inside, I like to stamp my insides too. We're going to do Happy Father's Day. And we'll add the bird over there and the Admired, Respected, Love, That's You. Not too bad without a stamp-o-ma-jig. My lucky day. Go ahead and layer that up. My images are much darker than my images here. What I had just done is I have re-inked my stamp pad not too long ago, and so what I find that I have a tendency to need to do is occasionally refrost the cake and kind of push some of that ink that has risen to the top. And just wipe that off with a wet wipe. I'll show you the difference here. And you see the difference? It's considerably different. So what I find is if there's too much ink on it, I just go ahead and use a bone folder. Yeah, check that out. Far different. I like the left version much better. So, all right. Then I'm just going to go ahead and color it in. I didn't want to have to watercolor on here. I actually wanted to keep the Delightful Dijon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the Delightful Dijon marker to kind of color this in quickly. You can go back and add some extra layers of color there. Let's see, we've got the, all right. I've also got the white chalk marker because I thought it would be kind of fun to have a white tail again. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and layer that on the piece of Very Vanilla. I wanted some banners, and one of my favorite things, one of my new favorite things, is this ribbon. These are in the In Colors for last year, and I just love it. They work great as ribbons, but they also work really nice. It's kind of a faux paper, so I'm just going to use this. Looks like my scissors. All right, so that's going to be layered on just like that. All right, next is, we're going to go ahead and put this on the inside of the card. And it's just a matter of layering up the front. Now, I'm going to add ribbon. Lace is probably not my first choice for a masculine card, but on this instance it works really well. So I'm just going to add, I have a piece here about 6.5, 7 inches long. This is a great way to make a faux bow. And I've just added a little adhesive on the side, and I'm going to put a little more adhesive over here. And so that it's running across the front of my card. And then what you're going to do is I've got another piece that's about 3 inches long. I'm just going to knot that on there. I find that you conserve ribbon that way, and it lays quite flat. Lies quite flat? I think it's lies quite flat. And just angle that off. And that way, and the beauty of this is that your bow can be, or your knot can be kind of slid left or right depending on where you want your image to be. So I am going to go ahead and add dimensionals to this. It's going to get added right here to the front of the cardstock. And then I'm just going to simply go ahead and add my ribbons. This one's first. And I'll add this one as little flags. Add some more dimensionals. Dimensionals are kind of my secret ingredient. Everything looks better with dimensionals, and they're a cheap, easy way to add some wow to your cards. Just going to go ahead and add that right to the top. And you've got a real quick and easy little Father's Day card. Thanks again for stamping with me. This is Sarah with Stinkincutecards.com, and if you're interested in learning more about the Hostess Club, visit my website, www.stinkincutecards.com.